Today I'm going to show you how I do my entire face makeup using just ShadowSense products. I think the only thing I didn't do was my primer and my foundation. I had already had that done, and then everything else I did with ShadowSense. Oh, and I did use mascara. Okay, so 3 things I didn't do. The rest of my face was done with ShadowSense products. They're so multi-use. Okay, as you can see, I am just putting Candlelight under my eyes, my under eye circles, and blending that in as my under eye concealer. And then I'm just going to move on to my eyeshadows, my actual eyelid eyeshadow. I'm going to use Mulberry as just a, actually no, I'm going to do my brow bone first. And I'm going to do Sandstone Pearl. These brushes that I'm using, by the way, I got a set from Morphe that was only like $50, and I actually really like these brushes. I had never used Morphe brushes, and I hadn't heard a lot about them, but I mean, it was like an 18-piece set or something for $50, so I figured I'd give them a try, and I like them quite a bit. I've got a couple other brushes that I'll use that I can show you when I use them, but the majority of the brushes I'm using today are from Morphe. Okay, additionally, I could put Sandstone Pearl or Candlelight all over my entire lid as like an eyeshadow primer. That isn't necessary to make the eyeshadows stay, but if you have a lot of like redness or a lot of like veins, sometimes that's helpful to cancel out any of that. Now I'm gonna do Mulberry in my crease as a transition color. This is a good, pretty soft, neutral color. I'm just going to put that here. So because these are so pigmented, even that small little swipe with this color is a little heavy on the color, like more than I would probably have used. But they've got to be even, so I got to do that same thing on the other side. My bangs, they're really in the way. Next, I'm going to just put Moca Java on my eyelid. A little bit of Garnet for the crease. So for my inner corner, I usually do either Sandstone Pearl or Pink Opal Shimmer. I think I'll do Sandstone Pearl today. That might be too much, but we'll see. It's on there now, huh? Next, I'm just going to do eyeliner with Onyx. So I just tap my angled brush onto the applicator to get the product onto the brush. And really a little goes a long way with this. I mean, that's the same thing with all our products, but especially the black. And yes, I do know I'm not supposed to pull my eyelid out when I do my eyeliner, but I pretty much always do. I wiped most of the remaining black onto a tissue, but just to put a little as an eyeliner underneath, but I don't like it really heavy. I don't like thick black liner on my lower lash line. So most of it I just wiped off. Okay, and that's pretty much enough for me. I know a lot of people prefer more liner or darker liner, but that is my preference. I'm going to do my eyebrows next, and I'm going to be using Moca Java for those. This is my Anastasia brush. So same thing I did with the Onyx for my eyeliner. I'm going to do the same thing with that. Just tap my brush on the applicator to get product on there. I shouldn't even bother with this eyebrow because my bangs are always hanging over it anyways, but for good measure, we better do both. The next thing I am going to do is I'm actually going to put Candlelight on my waterline right here. I'm just going to tap that on my waterline. And it's pretty subtle, but just gives it a little bit of a brightening effect. Okay, I'm going to do just a tiny bit of Garnet on my cheek contour. And I mean a tiny bit, like one dot way back here is plenty. So the brush I use for my contour is a mascara brush. I got it with her Hack Pack when I bought that last year, and it's a good brush. So I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit. So it's pretty subtle. I could have done more, but you don't want to go heavy-handed with this. You want to go light and add more if you need to. Also, I'll keep it kind of light today. So just as a little tip, when you are contouring, you don't want to come like clear to your cheekbones. I mean to your like mouth, like the corners of your mouth right here, your smile corners. You want to keep it, you know, back towards your ear and just following the bottom of your cheekbone. If you end up getting like too close, it ends up just being you end up like really gaunt looking or like mustache looking. And I mean, really, I don't think anybody wants either of those. So I can also use Moca Java for a lighter contour. I'll put a couple dots of that like up here on my forehead. Now that my bangs are in it. Get all my little baby hairs coming out. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna rub that on my jawline and just a tiny bit on my nose. I'm going to use a different brush. I'm going to use my IT Cosmetics double-ended brush. This is the foundation brush that I use, and the other side I use for a nose contour. And I love this brush, by the way. Love it, love it, love it. It is my favorite brush that I have. Let's do Mulberry for my blush. And again, just a little dot, or a little swipe, I guess in this case, is gonna be plenty. I've got this angled blush brush. This is still one of my Morphes. Just kind of blend that back. Same thing over here. This is a good color because it's not overly pink, depending on, I guess, how you like your blush. But this is not a crazy amount of pink. It's a good, subtle blush color. I'm going to use pink Opal Shimmer as my highlight, so I will put that just right here. You could also use Sandstone Pearl Shimmer for this. I'm just going to tap that in with my fingers and blend. One other thing you can do with, oh, this is Sandstone Pearl. You can do a Sandstone Pearl. I want to use Candlelight actually, but you can go in and like define your brows. I know you've seen that on like Instagram or Pinterest or whatever, where they fill their brows and then they just go in with concealer to make a really like crisp brow. So what you do is just get some of the product and just go in and like outline your eyebrow. It really makes your eyebrow pop. And then just blend that a bit. I'm going to apply my mascara next, which, to be honest, you can use Onyx for. I'm not going to because, well, for one, because I ordered some like disposable mascara applicators and they haven't come yet. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to show you how I use it for my lower lashes, but I'm going to use regular mascara for my top lashes. Am I doing that exorcist thing where I roll my eyes in the back of my head again? I hope I'm not, but I'll probably watch this and be like, oh crap, I did that again. So, okay, I've done basically my whole face with ShadowSense. I have not done my lips yet. So that's just the last thing I am going to show you is using ShadowSense on your lips. So I'm going to clean mine off because I had lip volumizer on mine before. So that was just water on a Q-tip. And then I did the other side just to dry. That's just my favorite, easiest way to clean my lips off before I apply any of my lip scents. You can apply just the ShadowSense on your lips and it will stay. It's not going to have the same staying power as lip scents will, unless you kind of like make a lip sense ShadowSense sandwich. So I'm going to put Cappuccino, then I'm going to put a layer of ShadowSense, then I'm going to put Cappuccino on it again. That's what's going to make if you want ShadowSense on your lips because you wanted a certain color, like say you want green lips. We don't have a green lip sense. We do have a green ShadowSense, so you could have green lips that way. And like I said, you can just put it on your bare lips. I've done that before. I'm going to put it on in between layers of lip sense just to help it to last longer. So I'm going to use Cappuccino as my base color, mostly because it's a very light color. And to be honest, I don't wear it that often by itself, so we're gonna let it get some use today by layering it with my ShadowSense. So I'm gonna put pink Opal Shimmer as my lip color today. Now I could just use my regular applicator and apply it straight to my lips. I'm not going to, because I kind of think it's gross. I'm going to use a disposable applicator to apply that. And then another layer of Cappuccino over the top, just to keep the ShadowSense on my lips. It is still smudge proof, but it will last longer if I layer it with the Cappuccino. And then gloss. You can get any other color that we don't have in LipSense by using ShadowSense on your lips. Here's another tip I'm just going to throw in here really quick. This is getting way long, so sorry about that. This is probably my first tube of glossy gloss I ever got. So it is down to like this, it's down to here. I still wanted to use it. So what I did is I took out the stopper, and then I can just kind of tip it and get it on my wand and use the rest of it. But here is a major warning. The stopper keeps the liquid in the tube. Without the stopper, it does leak. So if you decide to take out the stopper to make sure you can get all the rest of the glossy gloss, it has to stand up for the rest of its life until you throw it in the garbage, because it will leak in your purse or on your counter or in your drawer or wherever you keep it. It will leak out. So if you remove the stopper, it has to stay standing. But that's just a little tip for you to make sure you use all your product and you don't waste anything. So that is my entire face using ShadowSense products. I used it as my under eye concealer. Let me see if I can remember everything I did. Okay, under eye concealer, eyeliner, eyeshadow, eyebrows. I did an eyebrow definer. Oh, I was gonna show you my using it as mascara. I'll do that in a minute. Okay, so mascara, I did contouring, 2 different kinds of contouring, darker and lighter. I did highlighter, I did blush, I did lipstick. I think that's everything. Anyways, that's like 15 things. I don't know, I didn't count, but it's a lot. So now I'm gonna just finish by showing you how I would use Onyx for my lower lashes. I'm just gonna get a little brush and of course tap the brush to the applicator, and I'm just gonna get that on my eyelashes. So that is a perfect way to get a very subtle amount of product on your lower lashes. If you don't need a lot more bulk by using like mascara, you can use ShadowSense and it darkens your lashes without making them like spidery or anything like that. If you made it through that whole video, thank you for watching. That was not a short one. I try to keep my videos shorter because I don't have an attention span that long and I don't have that much time to just sit around watching, 40-minute videos. So thanks for staying, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.